हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, सो टेस्ट 88 का डिस्कशन स्टार्ट करते हैं। ओवरऑल पेपर मीडियम डिफिकल्टी लेवल साइड पर है। 135 प्लस इज अ गुड स्कोर। ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम क्वेश्चन नंबर 1. An electron with kinetic energy 10 electron volt is incident on a hydrogen atom in its ground state. The collision will be. So guys, जब भी एटॉमिक कोलिजन्स होंगी, इलेक्ट्रॉन की एटम के साथ कोलिजन होगी, तो ऐसे में इनइलास्टिक कोलिजन तभी होगी जबकि इलेक्ट्रॉन की एनर्जी दो एनर्जी लेवल्स के डिफरेंस के इक्वल होगी. इफ एनर्जी ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इज equal to the difference of energies of two energy levels, then only the collision will be inelastic, otherwise collision will be elastic. So since the kinetic energy is 10 eV and that is not equal to the difference in energy levels, so the collision must be elastic. So A is the correct option. The speed of an electron in the orbit of the hydrogen atom in the ground state is, so we know this is standard expression, C is 1 C by 137. So a hollow hemisphere of mass 4m is placed as shown in figure. The point mass m each are fixed at points P and Q diametrically opposite the position of center of mass. Okay, so this is m, this is m, and center of mass of hollow sphere is at r by 2. So this has coordinates 0 comma minus r by 2. This has coordinates r comma 0 and this has coordinates minus r comma 0. So due to the symmetry, the x center of mass will be 0. Okay, and y center of mass, YCM is 4m into minus r by 2 upon 4m plus m, so that is equal to minus r by 3. So coordinates of center of mass 0 comma minus r by 3. A cart loaded with sand having total mass m0 starting from S under the action of this, the sand spills through a small hole. The sand spills through a small hole in the bottom at a rate of this. What will be the velocity of the cart after 20 minutes? So guys, this is problem from variable mass system, and for variable mass system we have equation m dv by dt is equal to f plus v relative dm by dt. Now when sand spills, its relative velocity is 0. With respect to the cart, the velocity of sand is 0 at the time of separation. So this term is equal to 0. Okay, mass of acceleration mass of the loaded sand is m0 minus kt. Okay, dv by dt is equal to f. So this is dv is equal to f dt upon m0 minus kt. Now integrate from 0 to t, 0 to v, sorry, at 0 to t. So this is v equals 1 upon minus k ln of m0 minus kt from 0 to t. Now by absorbing the minus sign and interchanging the limits, we have 1 upon k, f will be there, f by k ln of m0 upon m0 minus kt. First we'll substitute t equals 0, so that is ln m0. Then we'll substitute t, so minus ln m0 minus kt. So we know ln of a minus b is ln a by b. So this is ln m0 upon m0 minus kt. Now let's substitute the values. So f is given 120 Newton. So f is 120 and k is 0.5 kilogram per second. ln m0 initial mass is 1800, and in 20 minutes the mass after 20 minutes m0, which is 1800 minus 20 into 60 into 0.5, so that is 600. 1800 minus 600, 1200. So this is 1200. So 6 3s are 18, 3 by 2, so this is 240 ln 1.5. Okay, 240 ln 1.5. So 240 upon ln 1.5. So guys, there's no answer matching. Let's take the closest one. So closest option will be, see, ln 1.5 is around 0.4. So 240 into 0.4 roughly, so that is 96 meters per second. So there is no close option. Okay, a particle moves along a circle of radius r with tangential acceleration if velocity of particle is v at the end of second revolution means distance traveled is 4 pi r. So v square is u square plus 2a tangential s. U is 0. We need to find out a tangential, so that is v square upon 2 s, which is 4 pi r. So this is v square upon 8 pi r. So a is the correct option. The tangent galvanometer having coils of this and this, a current flowing in this. So the magnetic field of the coil is BH tan theta. So B1 upon B2 is N1 upon N2, because both the coils have same radius and same current. So B1 upon B2 is N1 upon N2. That is tan theta 1 upon tan theta 2. Okay. So N1 upon N2, tan theta 1 is tan 60, which is root 3, and tan 45 1. So N1 upon N2 is root 3 is to 1. 4 resistances are this. A 15 volt battery is connected to the ends of 200 ohm resistance. The current through it. So I through 200 ohm resistance is 15 volt upon 200 ohm. So that is 7.5 into 10 to power minus 2 ampere. So a heater coil is cut into 2 equal parts. The heat generated will be, so the new resistance of one part will be R by 2. So power, which is V square by R, proportional to 1 upon R. As resistance has become halved, so power will be twice, so doubled. Coulomb's law is valid for charged particles separated by any distance. There is no restriction for the separation between the charged particles. Two isolated metallic spheres of R and R are same charge density. The spheres are located far away so that they do not affect each other and connected by a thin conducting wire. The new charge density. Okay. So on connecting the two spheres by a conducting wire, their potential will become same. Okay. Their potential will become same. And on sphere 1, there will be no effect of sphere 2's charge. And on sphere 2, there will be no effect of sphere 1's charge, as there is infinite separation between the two. So both have same voltage finally. So KQ1 upon R is equal to KQ2 upon 2R. So Q1 upon Q2 is 1 by 2, and Q1 plus Q2 is Q1 initial plus Q2 initial. Q1 initial is sigma into 4 pi R square, and Q2 initial is sigma into 4 pi into 4R square. So Q1 plus Q2 is sigma into 20 pi R square. So guys, Q2 we need to find out. So Q2 is 2 upon 2 plus 1 into total charge, which is 20 sigma pi R square. Okay. So 2 by 3 into 20 sigma pi R square. Now for density, so Q2 sigma 2 is equal to Q2 upon 16 pi R square. 16 pi R square. So that is 40 by 3 sigma pi R square upon 16 pi R square. So 8 5s are 40, 8 2s are 16, pi R square cancel. So this is 5 by 6 into sigma. So charge density on the sphere 2 is 5 by 6 sigma. In a potentiometer experiment, balancing length is this for a cell, and when it is shunted with 10 ohm resistance, the balancing length changes by 60. So it will decrease. Okay. So initial length is 560, and when we shunt the cell by a resistor, the balancing length will decrease. So new length will be 500 centimeter. We have formula, capital small r is L1 by L2 minus 1 into capital R. So that is 560 upon 500 minus 1 into capital R, which is 10. Okay. So this is 6 by 50 into 10, which is 60 upon 50, 6 by 5, 1.2 ohm. So 1.2 ohm is the correct option. V is this, I is this, the average power. So P average is V RMS, which is V naught by root 2, I RMS, which is I naught by root 2 into cos phi, which is pi by 3. So this is V naught, I naught by 4. So B is the correct option. The value of G on the surface of Earth is smallest because at the centrifugal force is maximum at the equator. So C is the correct option. The diameters of the distance of geostation satellite. So geostation satellite is at a distance of roughly 42,000 500 kilometer. So it is almost 7 hours. So C is the correct option. One end of copper rod of length this, coefficient of thermal conductivity this, the latent heat this, then the amount of ice that which will melt in 1 minute. Okay, so energy received in time t is Ka T1 minus T2 upon L. This is heat current into small t, and this goes into melting M mass. So M into LF, length is small l. So M is K, which is 92 calorie per meter per second per degree Celsius, 92. Area is 10 to the power minus 3. T1 minus T2, boiling water and melting ice. So this is 100 into small t, 60 seconds, upon length, which is 1 meter, and into LF. LF is given 8 into 10 to the power 4 calories per kg. So 8 into 10 to the power 4. So 10 to the power minus 3, 10 to the power minus 3 cancel. 4, 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 6, 4, 23. So 69 into 10 to the power minus 4, that is 6.9 into 10 to the power minus 3 kg. So C is the correct option. The pressure exerted by an ideal gas on the walls of a container is 2/3, 1/3, 3/4. See, the kinetic energy should have been this translational kinetic energy. Otherwise, the kinetic energy will depend upon the type of gas, whether it is monoatomic, diatomic, or polyatomic. So it should have been translational kinetic energy. Okay, so we know translational kinetic energy is 3/2 nRT. 3 degrees of freedom. So for n moles, translational kinetic energy is 3/2 nRT, and P is nRT by V. So that is 2 capital K by 3 upon V. So 2/3 of translational kinetic energy per unit volume. So 2/3 of translational kinetic energy per unit volume. If the ratio of specific heat is this, then when the volume changes from V to 2V at constant pressure, so process is isobaric. Okay, so internal energy change delta U is N CV, which is R upon gamma minus 1 into delta T, which is T2 minus T1. So now NR T2 minus T1 is P V2 minus V1. So that is PV upon gamma minus 1. So C is the correct option. A jet plane having a wingspan of this is traveling horizontally towards northeast. So wingspan is, this is wingspan directed along, it is traveling horizontally towards east. So wingspan is directed towards north south, along north south, and this is velocity V in east. Okay, and magnetic field is BV. BH will be parallel to wingspan. So no EMF due to BH, only EMF due to BV will they be there. So induced EMF is BV into V into L. So BV, that is B sin theta phi into V into L. So B is 4 into 10 to the power minus 4. Angle of dip is 30 degrees. So that is half into V, which is 5/18 into 3600. So 1000 meter per second, and into length, which is 25 meter. So 25 twos are 50. Okay, so this is 5 volt. So B is the correct option. The current in the ring is, so the ring is horizontal, that means torque of mg is counterbalanced by torque of magnetic field. Okay, so this should be torque of magnetic field, this is torque of gravity, and both cancel each other about point P where the string is connected to the ring. So torque of mg is mg into r by 2, and torque of magnetic field is number of turns, which is 1 into current into area into magnetic field. So we need current, so current is mg upon, sorry, it's just r, mg into pi, mg upon pi rb. So mg upon pi rb naught. So A is the correct option. For a particle S is this, the velocity of particle when acceleration is 0. So velocity is ds by dt, that is 3t square minus 12t plus 3, and acceleration is dv by dt, which is 6t minus 12. So acceleration is 0 when t is 2 seconds, and velocity at t equals 2 seconds is 2 to the 4 3s are 12 minus 12 plus 3, so that is 3 meters per second. So the velocity of the particle when acceleration is 0 is 3 meters per second. Train of this, a parrot flies at constant speed this towards south, the time taken. So relative velocity, see this is train going towards north. So this is velocity of train. Parrot is moving towards south. So relative velocity of parrot with respect to train is 5 minus 10, which is 15 meters per second. Displacement of parrot relative to train is 150 meter. So time taken is 150 meters upon 15 meters per second, which is 10 seconds. So 10 seconds is the correct option. At time t, r vector is the impulse of the force between 0 to pi by 2. So guys, impulse is change in linear momentum, m v vector minus u vector. Now v vector is dr vector by dt, so that is 3 I cap plus 4 sine t j cap. Okay, so m is 3 kg, velocity at t equals pi by 2 seconds, so that is 3 I cap plus 4 j cap, and velocity at t equals 0 is 3 I cap, so this is 12 j cap Newton second. So A is the correct option. The acceleration of 500 gram block, so this 500 gram mass is pulling 0.5 g in clockwise sense and 0.05 g in anti-clockwise sense. This is 0.1 g also in 0.01 g sine 30 also in anti-clockwise sense. So acceleration is net pulling force. Net pulling force is 0.5 minus 0.05 minus 0.1 sine 30 into g upon total mass, which is 500 plus 600 650 0.65. Okay, so this is 50. So this is 50 minus 5 minus 50 minus 5, and this is 0.1 sine 30, so 0.05, again 5 upon 65 into 10, so 400 upon 65. So rather this is in terms of g only, so 40 g by 65, that is 8 g by 13. So 8 g by 13 downward mass acceleration of 500 gram. The mean lives of a radioactive substances are this and this. Find out the time during which 3/4 of a sample will decay. So lambda effective in parallel decay is lambda 1 plus lambda 2, which is 1 upon tau 1 plus 1 upon tau 2. So 1 upon tau effective, just a minute. So 1 upon tau effective, so t half, which is, just a minute. So 1 upon tau effective is 1 by tau 1 plus 1 by tau 2, that is tau effective is tau 1 tau 2 upon tau 1 plus tau 2. This is mean life. Tau 1 tau 2 are mean lives. So half life is ln2 into tau effective, that is 405 is common, 1 into 4 upon 1 plus 4 into ln2, so this is 324 into ln2. Okay, 5 8s are 82 into 4, so that is 82, just a minute, 81 into 4, so that is 324 ln2. Now the 3/4 of sample decay, so remaining atoms n is n naught by 4, that means t is twice of t half, so that is 6 48 into ln2, which is 0.7. So this is 7 8s are 56, 6, 5, 7 4s are 28, 5, 33, 3, 3, 7 6 are 42 plus 3, 45. So this is 453.6. So closest option is 449 years. So A is the correct option. The energy released during the fission of 1 kg of this and 1 kg fusion of 1 kg of hydrogen is E2. Energy is this, then the E2 by E1. So E2 upon E1. So 1 kg upon molar mass of hydrogen, which is 1 kg means 1000 gram, and molar mass of hydrogen is 1H2. So 2. So this is number of hydrogen molecules. There is number of hydrogen molecules. Okay. And for each fusion we require 2 molecules. So divided by, this is Avogadro number. This is number of 1000 upon 2 is number of moles of hydrogen into Na. This is and this is number of hydrogen atoms. Now we require 2 atoms for each fusion. So divided by 2 and into energy released per fusion, which is how much? 24.7 mega eV. So this is energy released in 1 kilogram fusion of hydrogen. Now energy released in this uranium fission. So we have 1 kg, so 1000 gram upon 235. This is number of moles into Na. This is number of uranium atoms, and for each fission the energy released is 200. So this is 200. Okay, so we get 24.7 into 235 upon 4, 24.7 into 235 upon 4 into 200. Okay, so this is 4 6s are 24, 4 2s are 8, and 200. This is 3.1. So 31 5s are, so this is roughly 235 into 3. So this is roughly 700. So 700 upon 100, 7. So 7. So B is the correct option. Particle executing SHM has amplitude this frequency maximum acceleration. So A max is omega square capital A, which is 4 pi square f square capital A. So that is 4 f square 3600 into A, which is 0.01 pi square. So 144 pi square meter per second square. So A is the correct option. The type of graph between length of a simple pendulum and time period. So T is 2 pi under root L by G. So L is proportional to T square. So this is quadratic equation. So graph will be parabola. So C is the correct option. In photoelectric effect, the threshold wavelength is this, then the work function. So work function is Hc by threshold wavelength. So 1240 nanometer electron volt upon 500 nanometer. So 5 2s are 10. 5 2s are 10, 5 4s are 20, and 5 8s are, so 2.48 electron volt. So closest option is 2.5 eV. B is the correct option. According to the Einstein's photoelectric equation, the plot of kinetic energy of the emitted photoelectrons versus the frequency of the incident radiation is same for all metals and independent of intensity of radiation. So 29th. And this 30th, as the liquid comes out of the two holes, a tank will experience a net force proportional to, so force of the outgoing liquid is V dm by dt, which is V into rho a V, which is rho a V square. So this is suppose hole 1 and this is hole 2. So F2 minus F1, F2 will be exerted in this direction and F1 will be exerted in this direction. So net force is F2 minus F1, which is rho a V2 square minus V1 square, which is rho a 2gH2 minus 2gH1, which is rho a 2g into h, so proportional to h. So B is the correct option. a body of density d is counterpoised by mg of weight of density d2 in air of density d. That's the true mass of the body. This should have been d1, a body of density d1. So we know that apparent weight in fluid of an object is w1 minus rho of fluid upon rho of body. This is apparent weight. So when it is counterpoised, that means apparent weight on both sides is same. So capital M dash g 1 minus d upon d1 is equal to capital M g 1 minus d by d2. So m dash is m 1 minus d by d2 upon 1 minus d by d1. So this is the correct option, D. Two converging lanes of focal length f1, f2. The optical axis of two lanes coincides. This lens system is used to form an image of an object. It is observed that the size of the image does not depend on the distance between the system and the object. The distance between lenses is, okay. So these are the two lenses. Both have same principal axis. And say separation between them is D. Now the size of the image, that means magnification, is independent of of the distance between the system and the object. This object is placed at x distance, so this magnification is independent of x. For that we need to find out the focal length. Okay, so let's say from the first lens, image location v1 is uf upon u plus f. So u is minus x, f upon u plus f. So that is minus of xf1 upon minus x plus f1. So let's absorb minus sign. So this is xf1 upon x minus f1. This is object distance. This is image distance from lens 1. So suppose image from lens 1 forms at this position. Okay. Now I1 acts as object. I1 acts as object for lens 2. Okay. So this distance is d minus v1. This distance is d minus v1. So now u2 is minus of d minus v1, which is x f1 upon x minus f1. This is image distance, so this is minus dx minus df1 minus x f1 upon x minus f1. Okay, so this is u2. Now magnification m is m1 into m2. M is for lens f upon u plus f. So for lens 1, it is f1 upon minus x plus f1. And for lens f2, it is f2 upon u2, which is minus dx minus df1 minus xf1 upon, or we can absorb this minus sign inside. Let's leave it, x minus f1. This is u2. So m2 is f upon u plus f plus f2. So let's simplify this. So this is f1 f2 upon minus x plus f1 minus x plus f1. This cancel after taking LCM. So this is dx minus df1, sorry, minus sign dx. Just a minute, x will absorb minus sign, so minus x plus f1. So dx minus df1 minus f1 plus f2 into minus x plus f1. After taking LCM, this x minus f, this f1 minus x cancel. Okay, f1 minus x, just a minute. So we have minus x f2 minus x f1 plus dx. Okay, so here we should first take LCM, then only will. So this is just one. So this is m1 is f1 upon minus x plus f1, and this is f2 upon u2, which is minus dx minus df1. So let's absorb this minus sign. This u2 is minus dx plus df1 plus xf1 upon, rather minus, let's absorb this as dx minus xf1 minus df1 upon f1 minus x. So u2 is dx minus xf1 minus df1 upon f1 minus x. This is u2 plus f2. So f1 f2 एंड नीचे LCM लेने के बाद में हमारे पास बच रहा है dx माइनस एक्स एफ वन माइनस डी एफ वन प्लस f2 f1 minus x. Okay, so now here the x dependent terms are minus x f1 plus dx and minus x f2. All right, so if this size is independent of the position of the object from the lens 1, so this dx minus x f1 minus x f2 should cancel. Okay, so we say that size of image is independent of x if minus x dx minus x f1 minus x f2 is equal to 0, that is d equals f1 plus f2. So definitely you should have left this question, okay, and I would advise you to just learn this result, that if the separation between the two lenses is f1 plus f2, then the size of the image will be independent of the position of the object from the first lens. Okay, so this is a good question, but we can't afford so much time in the exam, so better you learn this concept and move ahead. The refractive index of water is 4/3. What will be the speed of light in water? So V is C upon N, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 upon 4/3. So that is 2.26 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. A ring of radius r rolls without slipping with constant velocity. The radius of curvature of the path followed by radius of curvature of the path followed by any particle on the ring at the highest point. Okay, so for finding out radius of curvature of path followed by a particular point, we first need to calculate acceleration of this point P. So acceleration of point in C frame, which is radial, v square by r, plus acceleration tangential, which is 0, plus acceleration of center of mass, which is 0. So acceleration of P is v square by r down. Now velocity of point P in C frame, which is omega r, plus velocity of CM, which is v. So Vp is 2v. Now if r dash be the radius of curvature of the path follow at the highest point, then AP is Vp square upon r dash. So r dash is 4v square upon v square by r, so that is 4r. So C is the correct option. For the same total mass of the following will have the largest moment of inertia. So we know disk has moment of inertia, I disk is ma square by 2, ring has moment of inertia ma square, square lamina will have moment of inertia m 2a ka square by 6, which is 2/3 ma square. And for the four rods of length 2a, mi will be m by 4 times first mi of one rod, which is m by 4 into 2a square by 12 plus m by 4 into a square. This is mi of one rod about the given axis, and we have 4 such rods, so this is 4 times. So MA square 1 by 3 plus 1, which is 4 by 3 MA square. So D is the correct option. Else we can see that in D option the entire mass is located between the distance A and root 2A. In disk the distance of particle is between 0 to A. In ring distance of the particle is A only, and for square laminar distance is from 0 to 2A, whereas for 4 rods the distance is just a minute, this is R square laminar distance is between 0 to 2A. Okay, and for 4 rod system distance is between A to root 2A. So farthest distribution of mass is in the system D, so Mi will be maximum in system D, we can say without calculation as well. The VI characteristics, the ratio of forward to reverse bias. So guys, in forward bias resistance will be less, and in reverse bias resistance will be least, so this ratio should be less than 1. There is only one option which has ratio less than 1. Okay, otherwise R forward biased upon R reverse biased, R forward biased potential change is 0.1 and current change is 10 milliampere, so 0.01. okay, and in reverse bias potential change is 10 and current change is 1 microampere, so this is 10 to power minus 6. okay, V upon R forward biased to R reverse biased, so this is 10 to power minus 6. So B is the correct option. In common emitter amplifier, the audio signal voltage, so we have V output upon V input equals beta into RL by RI. Now V output is 2 volts, V input is to be found out, and beta is 100, RL is 2 kilo ohm and RI is 1 kilo ohm, so that is 200, V input is 2 by 200, V input is 0.01 volt, which is 10 millivolts. So B is the correct option. Volume temperature graph at temperature pressure for a volume T in Celsius. See, this is the important point, T in Celsius. It is not Kelvin, so the graph will not pass through the origin. If we write the equation, PV is equal to nRT. So here T is in Kelvin, so nR T in Kelvin, so T in degree Celsius, T in degree Celsius plus 273. So pressure is constant, so volume temperature graph is straight line, but this will not pass to the origin, so A is the correct option. When temperature is when volume is 0, when volume is so when temperature is 0, volume has some non-zero value, positive value, so A is the correct option. When the voltage and current are this, then the percentage error in calculation of resistance. So delta R by R is delta V by V plus delta I by I for maximum. So delta V by V 4 upon 100 plus delta I by I, which is 0.2 upon 5 into 100 for percentage change. Okay, so this is 4 plus 4, so 8%. So A is the correct option. The distance between two coherent sources, capital D is, small d is given, capital D is given, third bright fringe from central fringe given, the wavelength of the light. So Y is 3 lambda capital D by small d. So lambda is Y small d upon 3 capital D. You can calculate. Calculation is easy. In YDSC, if yellow light is replaced by blue light, so lambda of blue VIBGYOR is less than lambda of yellow. So fringe width of blue will be less than fringe width of yellow. So narrower, fringe width will become narrower. When the length of the vibrating segment of a sonometer wire is increased by 1%, so we change the length of a sonometer wire by changing the positions of the support bridges. So there is no change in mu. Mu, linear mass density, will remain same, tension will remain same. So frequency is NV by 2L proportional to 1 upon L. So delta F by L is minus delta L by L. So length is increased by 1%. So frequency will decrease by 1%. So AC is the correct option. When the propagation of longitudinal wave through a material medium, whether it is transverse or whether it is longitudinal, in a wave both energy and linear momentum are transferred. Not just energy, both energy and linear momentum are transferred. So according to me, option D should be correct. A pump motor is used to deliver water at a constant rate. So power is the energy imparted to the water per second. So that is dk by dt. That is dm by dt into v square by 2. Okay, so the amount by which the power of the motor should be increased to obtain n times water. Okay, so dm by dt, so this is volumetric flow rate q into rho, and v square is q square by a square 2. So this is proportional to q cube. So if you want to increase the volumetric flow rate by n times, the power should be increased by n cube times. So C is the correct option. Block of mass m potentials is velocity when its acceleration is minimum. Acceleration is minimum. So first acceleration will be minimum when force is minimum. A is min. Then F is also min. So F is minus du by dx. So that is 3x square minus 12x, and df by dx is 6x minus 12. For f to be minimum, df by dx, which is 6x minus 12, is 0. So x is 2 meter. Okay, so at x equals 2 meter, we need to find out velocity. So u at x barabar 0 plus kinetic energy at x barabar 0 is u at x barabar 2 plus kinetic energy at x barabar 2, energy conservation. So u at x barabar 0 is 15 plus kinetic energy at x equals 0, half into 2 into 80. U at x equals 2, 2 2s are 4, 6 are 24, minus 8, 16, 16 plus 15 plus kinetic energy at x equals 2, half into 2 into v square. So 15 cancel, 80 minus 16, 64. So v square is 64. So v is 8 meters per second. So A is the correct option. So this is all. That's all. Okay, let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.